Hello and welcome to another episode of Humans in 5.
Every week, you tune in to watch Humans in 5. You're getting to see two biological anthropologists in action. Sure, we're not carefully measuring bones in a laboratory or reading scientific articles right this minute, but what you are getting is an insight into, at least for us, what it's like to do this job.
People are always curious about what it's like to have all kinds of jobs. Think about the number of TV shows that focus on the lives of doctors, lawyers, teachers, forensic scientists, law enforcement, people working in the sex industry, journalists, and the list goes on. You'll notice that one job I didn't say in that list was archaeologist.
Well, a recent film release suddenly has archaeology jumping to the top of search engines once again. The film The Dig was released this year on Netflix and tells the story of the 1939 excavation of Sutton Hoo, an archaeological site in Suffolk, England, containing two early medieval cemeteries dating to the 6th and 7th centuries.
Sutton Hoo is a pretty significant archaeological site, as it was one of the first major early Anglo-Saxon finds. It also contained an amazing array of artifacts, including a ceremonial helmet, a sword and shield, and a silver plate from the Byzantine Empire.
The film has been warmly received by archaeologists and non-archaeologists alike as a historical drama and as a mostly accurate depiction of archaeology in the late 1930s. It's also one of the few media portrayals of archaeology that feels a bit less, well, exciting than a lot of other flicks focused on the same subject.
Indiana Jones is one of the most well-known archaeologists on screen, and he seems to spend a lot more time being partially shirtless and punching Nazis than a lot of the archaeologists that we know. In National Treasure, Nicolas Cage plays a historian and cryptologist who also seems pretty confident dealing with hand-to-hand combat and kidnapping for someone who supposedly examines historical artifacts a lot of the time.
Lara Croft, described as a tomb raider, handles a lot of objects from the past, but also blasts away temple walls. Rachel Weisz's character, Evelyn Carnahan, in the 1999 film The Mummy, is an aspiring Egyptologist who gets a bit more than she bargained for when it comes to bringing the past back to life.
These versions of archaeologists are sexy, daring, and active. They're not stuck in laboratories sorting through soil samples, or in front of their laptops reading journal articles, or sitting in an excavation unit in the rain, wearing a poncho, and trying to work through this last layer before their next tea break.
There's no real mystery as to why these versions are sexier. They're active, they're sassy, they're heroic. These characters are a lot more engaging as an escape for a couple of hours than a completely accurate description of life as an archaeologist.
Movie creators are looking to make a box office hit, and having conventionally attractive action heroes as archaeologists has certainly paid off in the past. Worldwide, National Treasure grossed over $347 million. And hey, it's not that we're necessarily against these kinds of films either. As a matter of fact, we both have a particular soft spot for The Mummy.
Whether it's something more sedate or an action-packed thriller, why not kick back and see a little bit of what archaeology has to offer on the big screen? It's not 100% the truth, but that's what you have us for.
Thanks, and we'll see you next time on Humans in 5.
And don't forget to subscribe!